Hey everybody, Ryan from Rhino Hockey Channel here. Alright, today, I know it's been a little while since I made a video. I'm sorry about that. I've been dealing with a sick kid for a little bit here, so it's been kind of hectic for me. So I haven't been able to have the time needed to prep videos and that. I finally had time last night. Well, really on Father's Day I did. So I prepped this video. I'm going to be going through my season review for every team. And I'm going to start at the bottom. Sorry, Buffalo fans. I know. It's a constant barrage of, God, we suck. I know. Hey, my team's right after yours, so I know how it is. But anyways, I'm going to go over all of them. I'm going to go over just how their season went. Nothing special. I'm going to go over a season preview later on in the summer. So just a little preview. It's not going to be pretty for you, Buffalo. I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, I hope you don't mind the yellow background. That was the only thing I could find because blue just kind of ruined all the other writing. So I went with yellow. And it works because, as you can see, their border is pretty much invisible. So it goes with it. Alright. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure to comment and share. And let's get started. Alright. So our 2021 season went pretty much terrible. It did not end well. Well, it actually ended better than the middle portion of their season. The 20-odd-some game losing streak did not help anybody. But their record was 15, 34, and 7 with 37 total points. Finished dead last, 31st. And next year, maybe 32nd because of Seattle joining. But their power play actually was not that bad. 12th overall out of 31 teams at 21%. And that's with Jack Eichel missing half the dang season. So their power play seemed to work. I don't understand that, but it's like the San Jose Sharks last year and this year. God awful power play. Penalty kills good, but god awful power play. So the reverse basically. 77.7% on the penalty kill, which is good enough for 20. Oops, sorry, I hit my desk. Sorry about that. 26th out of 31 teams. Not the worst, but dang close. So their penalty kill killed them this year. No pun intended. Their goals for was 2.39 goals for per game played, which is good enough for 29th out of 31. Now I know the second worst team, my favorite team, is probably dead last or second to last. I'm not sure. But they did better than them at least. Something. But it was still god-awful, and that's why they lost a lot of games. And this stat as well. 3.50 goals against average per game played. Tied for second out of 31 teams. That is not a good second. That is a bad second. And my phone's vibrating now. Why, phone? Why? 134 goals for during the season to 196 goals against. That is a 62 negative goal differential. I can see why they were pretty bad. I mean, that 20-game losing streak, 20-odd-some games, it was more than 20. But I can see why they did as bad as they did this year. Alright, key injuries they had during the season. They did miss Jack Eichel for a good chunk of the season, especially the end of the season, and during that massive losing streak. Jake McCabe was out for pretty much all year. I think he played like a game or two. Carter Hutton missed a lot of games, and the ones he was playing, he should have been not playing. Same with Linus Ullmark, although Ullmark had a bit of a better season than Hutton, but both are free UFAs after this season, so they both may be gone. I mean, Hutton, granted, is like 36 years old, so he may be at the end of his career anyways, going somewhere else to be a backup. Understandable. Olmark's a bit younger. I think he's 28, maybe 29. So he's still got a few years in him, and with a good team, he may actually be a decent goalie. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the team in front of him in Buffalo. Upcoming UFAs for this season, they have Tobias Reeder, Drake Caggiula, Riley Sheahan, Matt Irwin, Carter Hutton, Linus Ullmark, Jake McCabe, Brandon Davidson, Stephen Fogarty, and Michael Hauser. So, no earth-shattering ones. I mean, Ullmark and Jake McCabe are probably the most noteworthy ones. So, there's that. I mean, nobody's going to fight them if they want to re-sign Matt Irwin or Tobias Reeder at this point. So, I mean, those are the only two major UFAs, but they have other problems too. They have upcoming RFAs in William Borgen, Henry Jokiharju, Rasmus Dahlin, and you know Dahlin's going to want money, though he has not played for that money, in my personal opinion. Rasmus Asplund, who actually looked pretty good at the end of the season. I'm not going to lie. He looked pretty solid for them. Casey Middlestat, that was a missed draft pick, Buffalo. Miss. I mean, he's still young enough he could turn around, but as of right now, it seems like a big miss. And Sam Reinhart is an RFA as well. And we're going to get to Sam Reinhart later in this video. So this is their terrible contracts as of right now, because this contributes to most teams' salary cap issues. Jeff Skinner, $9 million per season through 2026-27 season. That's terrible with how he's played the last two seasons. His first year before he got this contract, good. But this year, less than 10 goals, I believe it was. I think it was around the less than 5 area, or maybe it was 5 or 6. But I think he had like 14 points, something like that. It was god-awful season for him. And nobody's taking that contract unless Buffalo keeps half of it. And Buffalo does not want to keep half of that for the next, 6 years? Ugh. Kyle Okposo, $6 million he's owed per season through 2022-2023. That one, I mean, he's mostly hurt, so at least you can bury it. But the owner still had to pay him. So it's like, if I'm an owner, especially on Buffalo, who's probably going to try and cut budget at this point, I would not want to pay that. I would see if somebody is willing to take that money on and throw in a sweetener, because at this point, you're not going to be a good team for the next few years. That's pretty much a guarantee, because this team is imploding at this point. I mean, this is one of the biggest jokes in hockey right now. And I'm not trying to pick on you Buffalo fans. I'm not. It is sad, because, I mean, I remember Buffalo in 2007, the year that my favorite team, the Ducks, won the Cup. This was a team I didn't want to play in the finals, was Buffalo. They were a dang good team that year. But like usual, there was just a collapse in the playoffs. I mean, and after that season, it just kind of went downhill for the entire franchise. I mean, the Chris Drury injury did not help when he got his head taken off and was not the same afterwards. Well, it wasn't literally taken off for those who are taking me literally, but he was. Look up Chris Drury and you'll see the hit. He was one of those blindside hits, just took his head off, and yeah, it just was not pretty. Amazing he played again after that, honestly. But Kyle Okposo, honestly, I mean, at least it's only for another 2 years, I think that is. What is next year? 2021, 2022? Yeah, 2 more seasons. So, I mean, if you can bury his salary, at least you got that. But this may be a cap floor team, not a cap ceiling team. So, I'm sorry, my hand gestures. I'm not used to doing video, so I'm back to doing video today. So, excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera and I'm waving my hands everywhere. All right. So this is where Buffalo's biggest problem is going to be for the future. These are the players who want out of the team and have made it known. These are not surprises. Jack Eichel wants out. I mean, at least they'll get a good haul for him. Or they should. I mean, you never know with GMs anymore. Sometimes it's like, what the heck kind of trade did you just make, guy? Good news is not Peter Chiarelli. Be happy about that, Buffalo fans. Boston and Edmonton will back you on that. Sam Reinhart wants out too. I mean, he's an RFA. It may just be a contract tactic. I'm not sure, but it's not unusual to see RFAs saying that sort of thing. Jeff Skinner asked to be traded last season. Probably still wants to be, but nobody wants that contract. Rasmus Ristolainen has said that it feels like last 5 years. But he keeps saying it, so he obviously wants out. The biggest problem with him is he's not as good defensively as I think he thinks he is. He might think he is. I mean, he's a good hitter, and he has his moments, but he has his really bad moments too. But maybe on a better team with better defensive partners, maybe he'll be better. But I don't see a huge ceiling defensively with this guy, and not a huge offensive ceiling either. So, if anything, he'll be a big-bodied 5th, 6th defender, in my opinion, at this point. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where he sits, and, well, no, I think Buffalo's on the top there, because it's just him and Dahlin, really. Rasmus Dahlin is the other one who is, honestly, if he hasn't said it in public, he probably should. Because he's being wasted, and they have mismanaged the hell out of his development. And at this point, it may be too late. We don't know. I mean, if they trade him, they'll get a good haul. Just like with Reinhardt and Eichel. Eichel will get the best one for sure, but Dahlin will get a good one too. And then my other one is, who the heck doesn't want out at this point? This franchise is a mess right now. I mean, I know I keep beating the dog when it's down. That's a saying, I'm not literal. But this franchise is a mess. And there's not much good right now going on for Buffalo. So, alright. So this was their top scorer last year, Sam Reinhart, who wants out. 25 goals, 15 assists, and 40 points. Career year for him, especially in the goal and point category. So, he definitely made a case for a higher contract or a better haul in a trade. We'll see. And their best goalie was Linus Ullmark with 9 wins, 6 losses, and 3 overtime losses. As you can tell, he had a lot of injured time this year. 917 save percentage at 2.63 goals against average. Now, you put him healthy in front of a good team, a good defensive team especially. Like, if he were signed with Minnesota next year, not saying Minnesota's going for a goalie, they got goalies, but he may look like an absolute stud on that team compared to on Buffalo. I mean, he had a good record for Buffalo in the times he played. So, I mean, he goes to a good team, he may look really good. Alright, this is what their upcoming draft picks look like. They had number 1 overall. They won that lottery. Still so mad that the Ducks were the only team to get knocked down a peg. Dang it. Dang you, Kraken. Dang you. And you'll be division rivals, I believe. Sorry. I'll go back to Buffalo now. So they get number 1 overall, so they're probably going to pick Owen Powers, my guess. A big defender. So, yeah, let's hope they'll do better than they did with Ristolainen and Dahlin. They also had number 33 overall, so the first pick of the second round. 53 overall, 88 overall. They had Montreal's 3rd round pick, which is still unknown what number because they are still in the playoffs. But they can be anywhere in those last 4, I believe. Oh, no, wait. These rounds, they don't go based off where they finish in the playoffs. It's actually standings, I think. Oh, no, they didn't list a number, though. That was weird. All right, 97 overall. Then they had Montreal's 5th round pick. That was from the Eric Stahl trade. And 161, 188, and 193. So, let's see. 10 draft picks. So, the more you have, the more chances you give of at least one being good, right? Or you could just go Minnesota North Star and not get a single one, even with number 1 overall. This is their future outlook. In big capital letters, grim. It is not going to be pretty for the next few years, especially if they trade Eichel, Reinhardt, Ristolainen, Dahlin, and still has Skinner and Opozo on the team. It's not going to be pretty. I mean, yeah, they'll get good hauls for a few of those guys, but it's not going to make them a better team right away. It's definitely not. I'd be shocked. But weird things happen. I mean, Montreal, I wouldn't ever pick to make it this far in the playoffs. So, weird things happen from time to time. It is a sport. Luck plays a part. So maybe they get lucky, but with their division that they sit in, not that East division, no way in heck are they coming back that quick. So, I'm sorry, Buffalo fans, it's not going to be good from here on out for a few years again. Like the last decade. Plus some. So, I'm sorry, Buffalo. It's just not going to be good for a while. It was a terrible season. And the offseason is probably not going to get better. So, good luck. I mean, I feel bad for Buffalo, I really do. Their fans don't deserve this. I mean, no fan base deserves this. Or certain rivals of my team, which I will leave nameless. But, anyways, just because I need to keep my objectivity, which I do have, but sometimes when I see them play certain teams, I get irritated more than others. Anyways, that's all I got for you for today. So, I hope you enjoyed this season review for the Buffalo Sabres. Look forward to every team. Next one is going to be my favorite team, the Anaheim Ducks, and you are going to hear me rip the heck out of them. So, enjoy that one. And if you're a Ducks fan, you know what I'm talking about. Just like Buffalo fans, you know what I'm talking about. You know that it's true, that they're terrible and their outlook isn't good, but as a fan, do you want to really hear that anyways? No, you don't. Alright, I will see you all next video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment, share. Let me know what you think, if you agree about their future outlook. I'm sorry once again. Alright, see you all next video. Bye, everybody.